This is how to customize your WordPress theme using a theme.json file. And for this we'll need to create a child theme, which we'll do right now. I'll use a plugin to make it easier. I'm going to use a create block theme plugin. And this will be it by wordpress.org, create block theme. Install it, activate it. And then once you do this, right now I have a blank website. Okay, no, I have nothing, plugins or anything. But once you do that, if you go into the site editor, this wrench icon will appear, and this is from the create block theme plugin. And so you can create theme and then create child theme. So you would click the create child theme to create the child theme. I'm gonna name it child. This never happened to me before, but I think it just needs time. Let's see, I'll go back. I think it worked, it just like glitched out for a second. I'll check out the themes, and now it has the child theme active. So now we have a child theme. Now to get the child theme, we'll go back into the site editor and we'll download it. So you could do like export zip, and that'll download the child theme. If create theme, like if you tried to create if you tried to export your theme and it doesn't work, there's this other way where in the dashboard they have create block theme, and there'll be this thing that says export child, and this will do the exact same thing. It will be deprecated as shown here, but I did have a problem on my site once where it gave me an error when I tried to export it, but the dashboard one worked for me last time. But this time, just doing it the normal recommended way worked. Okay, so now we got that. And the next thing you want to do is download the parent theme you're using. I'm using the basic, the default 2024 theme. So I'll download this. Okay, so now I got that downloaded. Okay, I'm gonna put all my files in the custom CSS tutorial folder. You can put it wherever you want to put your stuff, and I'll just drag it over here. That's all I'll need for now. Next thing you want to do is unzip them. Extract here. Extract here. The reason why you want to download the parent theme is like for patterns or style.css or any of this stuff. For some of them, if you create a folder, like let's say in 2024 there's this folder called patterns, and you see these files. If I were to create a folder called patterns here and create a file with the same exact name, it'll overwrite it. It doesn't work for all files. For example, functions.php, it does not overwrite it, it adds on to it. And if you wanted to remove a function from here, I'm using Visual Studio Code, but you could use like a remove. In the child theme, you can like remove a function from the functions.php. So you can use like this remove action or something like this. It's recommended to look at the WordPress handbook itself. There should be something similar to this. We're not going to do that yet. We're just going to show how to add custom CSS. So to start off, we'll look at the 2024 theme, theme.json. For this example, I'm just going to change the font size. So right now when you look at the fonts, when you click styles and blocks, and then just click on anything, it'll bring up this left sidebar. And you could select like small, medium, large, extra large, but they're like preset hard-coded values that are in the theme.json file. You can do like a custom size too here, but let's say you want your website to be more uniform. You can help keep different parts of your site consistent by having a standard size for each of the sizes. For example, okay, so in typography, you'll have the different sizes, like font sizes, small, medium, large, extra large, and they each have their sizes going with it. And so if you would want to change these values yourself, in your child theme, you'll have your theme.json file, and you can edit that. Currently, it's empty because there's nothing there. I'm just going to make our theme.json look the same as the parent theme, so it says schemas on top. I don't think it matters. Since we're going to add stuff, they do need a comma after it. So I'm just gonna put a comma and switch it. And since we were editing the fonts, we'll have to add that section. So on the third line, so check what I need. Settings. So it's nested into settings. So we would have to put like settings, and then inside there would be typography. So you can just copy it. I think I should copy this too, so let's copy it all from typography all the way down to here and just paste it inside of here. Since there's nothing after it, we get rid of the comma. So, but once we add another section, you'd have to bring back that comma. So for this example, I'm gonna make the small bigger than the large, so it makes it obvious that the change is taking place. But you could change that, for example. And Theme.json is automatically supported. If you're using a block theme, it's what they use instead of style.css. So we don't have to like change anything in the functions.php because it's using the Theme.json already. So you can just zip that. Now we just upload it. Okay, so now with the new child theme, that JSON being updated, if I do small, it's now large. So it changed the default size. I'll change it back. Now if you want to add custom CSS, like the additional CSS or the style.css, Theme.json also has a way to add custom CSS, but it's kind of weird because you got to put it on a single line. So for example, on this one, they say here for Site Wide Custom CSS, this is how you would do it in the Theme.json file. So it would go under styles and then CSS. So I can just copy that, and basically it would go below this. Okay, so we'll look here. So settings would still be inside of here. Okay, I messed up. It's outside of settings. So styles is in its own section because should be the schema. Okay, see, settings, styles, custom templates, and template parts. This is basically how it is. So settings has its own set of like variables that you can change, and styles goes into this styles section. So I've created a style section, and all your CSS would go into here. So I'll try to see. Okay, I'm just gonna add it temporarily. Let's see if I were to do body, let's pick a random color. I'll just hover over this and I'll just pick something. Let's say I'll just do bright pink for now. Okay, so I'll copy this and then I'll delete it because I don't want to change anything. But since you gotta put it on a single line, it says you add Site Wide Custom CSS as a string. It all goes on this one line. You can use like a tool, like this is a CSS minifier. What this does is when you minify it, it puts it on a single line. And then if you add it to here, it should add that color to like the site wide. I'll zip it now. Add to archive again. Okay, that's done. Okay, so now the theme.json, the custom CSS is now being applied. And the cool thing about the theme.json is even though it's like on a single line, it automatically applies it to both the site editor and also the normal site. So you don't have to do that extra step where you have to load a style sheet for both the editor and for the normal site that you're viewing. And it's not in the style either, so it's not here. It's definitely being applied by the JSON file. If I get rid of it, So now that I deleted that, it'll get rid of the pink. And that's how you would add custom CSS, whether it be for the theme editor, like changing some of the hard-coded values, or just adding it to site-wide CSS using this so that they both work.